Hello and welcome to the special episode on Union Budget 2026 by the Economic Times and etcfo.com. Uh, ETCFO and etbfsi.com by the Economic Times. My name is Amol Dete and I'm going to have top voices from the BFSI world, the finance leaders, who's going to tell us what is their first reaction on the budget and more importantly, how do they see the budget impacting the whole Indian economy and the finance world. So let me begin with none other than Mr. Nidhu Saxena, the MD and CEO of Bank of Maharashtra. Sir, glad to have you on this show.
Good afternoon, Amul.
So let me begin by asking you a very simple question, sir. First, how do you rate the Union Budget 2026? What are the pros and cons, according to you, of the Union Budget?
So, Amol, if you see the overall proposals in the Union Budget this year, I would say it is yet another good budget country has seen. And what it reflects is there is a policy continuity very clear. There is a lot of fiscal prudence which is getting exercised. And what the budget is doing and trying to attempt is to lay foundations. Right structures are going to get created, which will actually sustain the India's long-term vision of being a Viksit Bharat, a developed nation. So if you ask me how I should be rating the budget, I would say it's a measured, a growth-oriented, and growth-centric, reform-oriented budget.
Okay. Uh, Noted your point, sir. In fact, the government has came with this word called Reform Express, and they're trying to, embrace that as a thought in this budget. But now a specific question to you, which is absolutely related to the banking. The government has decided to form a banking committee, a high-level banking committee, to lead the whole finance sector towards 2047, which is the goal of Vikasit Bharat. What do you think will be the agenda of this committee? What are the issues you think they will handle, and how do you see the whole committee shaping up? What are your observations, sir?
I think this is yet another essential step which has been taken with not a short term but a medium to long term view. Uh, any development in the economy that has to take place has to be supported by the banking that will be available there. So, what is being attempted, I feel, is to look at holistically, to look at structural level changes. While the terms of reference have not been clearly communicated, but definitely the way it is being, what indications are coming, that it will not be a mere incremental change that is being looked at through the deliberations in these committees, but we would like to probably be seeing, we would be getting to see major recommendations that will cover the entire expanse of the banking sector. So, how the sector is growing, not growing, what are the impediments in the deposit growth, in the credit growth, in the governance, in the technology. Holistically, this banking committee should be looking at. I would not like to comment upon individual what because terms of reference is yet to be known to us. But this is what I feel the committee, high level committee on banking, would be looking at how banking would be there in 2047 and what roadmap it will take from here to 2047 is what this committee would be essentially looking at.
Certainly, sir. One more question that immediately comes to my mind. Again, government might share the whole agenda of the meeting itself, but being a veteran banker, what is your guess? Do you think, because it's on government's agenda to make a global banks, it's not that we are not there, but the presence is still minimal. I think the government wants Indian bank to be in top 10 in the global list. Do you think that will be an agenda? Do you think perhaps the government will also look at license far more flexibly, the whole license regime, something like that? Do you think could be a
So, Amol,
possibility?
when I'm saying the entire expanse of banking will need to be looked at, if the
Correct.
country today is having a vision of being a developed nation in 2047, they've even gone down to say that this should be an inclusive development. It should be a sustainable position that the country should have. it
Hmm.
should be that India is globally competitive in 2047. With all
Right.
these things, the banking and every aspect of banking will need to be looked at. Not only, as I said, credit deposit or the technology, but the governance, the risk culture, entire ambit of things, and within which how the ownership and the voting rights and all those things,
Right.
I think can be or would need to be looked at when we are talking of the aspiration of being a developed country.
I just want to have one more minute with you, and very quickly on the MSME side, the government has also launched a SME growth fund, and I see a strong focus specifically on the new age businesses as well as the MSMEs. How do you see that aspect shaping up, and how important it is for the Indian economy right now?
See, the role of MSMEs, we all have seen that they have been, in terms of numbers, supported the Indian economy in a very, very major way. If you look at the exports, if you look at the contribution of MSMEs to the GDP, you may take any parameter, it is also a big employment provider to the country. And what this budget probably is also trying to address is structurally do two things incrementally through the MSMEs: support the economic growth, also look at the creation of employment opportunities. So, with the development of MSMEs, with around almost 7.5 crores of MSMEs, they employ 33 crores of Indians work there. So the point is, when they look at developing of MSMEs, they are contributing to the economy of the country. Also, structurally and sustainably solving the employment issue that we are trying to improve. So these two elements, and also the MSMEs or the growth of MSMEs can bring is the regional growth also would be seen when the MSMEs, which are scattered from length and breadth of the country,
Right.
and they are growing. So we will see that tier two, tier three cities, new employment opportunities are getting created through these expansion of MSMEs. And the budget clearly has laid a lot of emphasis on the MSMEs. To we can talk about the 10,000 crores SME growth fund. We can look at strengthening the credit guarantee schemes, or
Right.
the emphasis which has been laid on the trades development.
Sure, sir. My other speakers are also joining one by one. But before I let you go, just one quick question. Do you see private capex picking up this year?
So while this is something we all have been very keenly waiting, discussing, I think from the government, a lot of enablers have gone. The government has also done front ending in this capex, and
Right.
yes, we are yet to see in real terms what the private capex cycle we would like to have in the country. So maybe it is yet another one or two more quarters. But I think enablers and creating that ecosystem, the right environment,
Right.
is a continuous endeavor from the government to see that private capex cycle also takes up its shape, and that has a good significant role in the growth of the economy.
Certainly, sir. Thank you so much for sharing those meaningful thoughts on this particular platform on the Union budget. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, sir.